Well, hello, everybody. I now got the pleasure to introduce you to Victor Suran. Victor is with the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. That's a mouthful. But one of the things that I've always wanted to understand, and I'm super happy to have you here today, is I want you to kind of, first of all, tell us who you are, what your organization is a little bit about, but then later we kind of want to do the deep dive of what is a union. So take it away, Victor. Tell us what your role is there.
How's everybody doing? My name is Victor Cerrone, and I am an assistant coordinator for the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council Apprentice and Training Program. So our training center here focuses on teaching young people old enough to apply for our training and eligible. We give them the hands-on skills to go out and become an excellent skilled apprentice. Once they complete their apprenticeship, which is a 4-year apprenticeship, they become a journeyman carpenter. A journeyman carpenter is somebody that's been through the apprenticeship, which ours is 4 years, and then they hold that title of journeyman. So every apprentice and every journeyman belongs to a local union. So you get appointed a local union based on your address. And what a local union is that all the members come together. So we have a meeting once a month, and we have a voice. We vote on certain things. We make sure that we get our fair wages paid by our contractor or our employers. Make sure that they keep us safe on the job site. They give us the equipment, the equipment that's not faulty. And the benefits that we have, the benefits that are going to set us up for when we have families, they're covered through medical. When we're closer to retirement, we are going to be collecting our pension, our annuity. We have a vacation fund and things like that. So that's basically what a union does. We make sure we all come together and have a voice and make sure that we get what we're supposed to get for our hard work.
So you mentioned apprenticeship. So how does that work? Do I actually, like, when I finish high school, do I have to, should I be taking vocational classes? Do I go into a tech school? Just help me with that transition. When do I start thinking about going from, high school and transitioning into an apprentice?
Well, any chance anybody gets to get any training under their belt, whether it's a summer job, working outside, waking up early, be exposed to the elements and tools, whether they're just hand tools or power tools, shop classes in high school, any vocational class. It's always going to, set them up for our training here at our school, at our training center. You do have to be at least 17 years old to apply. Our school is set up that we only accept applications one time a year for each curriculum, and that is for 30 days. So once we post our date on the website, anybody that's can bring in their documentations can apply for the training. All you need to bring is your Social Security card, high school diploma or GED, driver's license or state ID, and there's a small $25 fee for the application process. And then you were able to come in, pass. We do have an aptitude test, math, reading comprehension, paper folding, which is not that tough of a test. And then once you pass the test, you get thrown into a pool of names. Once you get picked, you come in for an orientation, purchase books, which is approximately $300, and then start a 9-week pre-apprenticeship from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And that's where you learn all the basics of carpentry. Reading a tape measure, swinging a hammer, using a level correctly, how to put your tools in your pouches correctly so you know where the tool is every single time you go to grab that tool. Terminology, speak like a carpenter, walk like a carpenter. The work ethic, the being on time, waking up early, good attitude. We teach all that here. And coming through high school, really, a lot of people don't see that, but the high school is really setting you up, or even middle school. They really set you up to be successful, to come into the workforce, whether it's trades or not. Punctuality, work ethic, all that good stuff. And we really harp on that here at our training center.
Gotcha. So you mentioned the apprenticeship is 4 years. How does that do? Do I actually get a wage? How does that actually work? 4 years is a long time.
Oh yeah, so coming in through the 9 weeks, once you complete the 9 weeks, I forgot to mention you do get safety classes coming through the 9 weeks, like OSHA 30, fall protection, first aid CPR, things like that. So once you complete the 9 weeks, that's when you get appointed to a local union, you become a union carpenter, and then you go to work for a union contractor for approximately 1 quarter, 3 months. And then you get scheduled to come back to class 1 week a quarter. So you're basically coming back to class 4 weeks a year after your pre-apprenticeship. The rest of the time, you're out there in the field working, and you move from first year to second to third, fourth, and then journeyman based on classes completed, hours worked in the field, and then there's a date you got to meet. Once you have all those three, then you advance to your second year, and then your employer pays you your wages. Currently, first year apprentices will make $21.40. Second year is $26.76. Third year is $34.78.
Oh,
Fourth year is $42.81. And then journeyman is $53.51. On top of that, though, that is what you're getting paid on in your check weekly by your employer. Your employer also, in your behalf, pays to our regional council an additional $40.63 for your benefits, for our benefits. And then the regional council divides it into our, again, pension, annuity, vacation fund, and healthcare. But in reality, if you really add the $40 on top of the $21 that a first year is making, a first year apprentice really is making over $60 an hour.
wow.
We just don't see the 40 because that is going towards our benefits,
Got
which,
it.
as you get older, then you understand how important those benefits are for sure.
Sure, for sure. So you mentioned, so it's kind of a combination of on-the-job training and combination with classroom training. The classroom training, do we have to pay a fee? Do the students have to pay a fee, like a tuition fee for the classroom portion?
There is no fee coming through the training. So again, there's only a fee to apply, $25 and approximately $300 for your books before you start your pre-apprenticeship. You purchase those books during your orientation, but there's no fee. It's a 4-year tuition-free training.
Wow. So let me get this straight. All I gotta do is, I'm 17, I graduate high school, I can join the apprenticeship program there, spend 4 years making anywhere from 40 to as much as, $50 an hour, no student loans. And when I'm finished, I'm a certified carpenter journeyman.
That's exactly right. The only thing we don't carry is that certified title, okay? We
Yeah,
we are just either apprentice carpenters or journeyman carpenters.
got
We
it.
don't, it's like electricians, they're certified through the state. We don't carry that certification, but yes, you're a skilled journeyman carpenter after 4 years, no tuition to pay back. Any class that you want to take here, additional to your weekly classes, we have over 200 different classes that any union carpenter that is current with their union dues can take evenings and weekends. And there's over 200 different classes that any carpenter can take.
What are some of the classes?
You have everything from metal stud framing, wood framing, drywall, acoustical ceilings, concrete, and everything that falls into the concrete, like gang forms, bridge work, columns, and then you have different systems for the concrete form systems, flooring, mill cabinet, millwright, and it just goes on. Safety classes. We even have a handful of computer classes, basic computer, CAD, SketchUp, Excel, things like that.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you mentioned, I know that you're there in Illinois. and you're in, the Midwest, if I come take the classes there and I become a union carpenter, even though I don't have a certification, can I go anywhere in the US and join a union if I'm relocated?
Oh, absolutely. As long as you're a union carpenter, and again, everything's based on you have to be current on your dues, and our dues is not a whole lot of money, but we have to pay union dues. If you're current, you can transfer anywhere. If you want to transfer as an apprentice, we transfer all your documents from here, your training from here to another state's training center. If you want to move and once you become a journeyman carpenter, all you have to do is contact the locals that you're going to be switching to.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, this is amazing. I think this will help many students, especially the younger ones that are in the middle of doing career exploration.
Mhm.
And if I'm in high school and I'm in some of these areas and I'm looking at this video now, can you tell me exactly where, like, what the application process is and where I actually go to apply?
Yes, our website is www.mactc.org. That stands for Mid-America Carpenters Training Center. And anybody that is looking to find out about our training, there's a tab called Apprentice Program. There's 6 tabs that you should read, everything from introduction to curriculum selection, how much time we spend in the classroom compared to the shop, how to get ready, what to expect. That's the biggest thing that people apply for the training, but they don't really research what a carpenter does and the work of a carpenter and how physically demanding the work is and how we work outside and with our tools on and it kind of wears you on the body, but that's the young people should be built for this kind of work. That's why we always like to bring in the younger people because they're built for the physical aspect of it. So once we accept applications, there's also a video called How to Apply on there. Anybody that wants to watch that video. Once we open up for applications, we always post it on the website. So right now, I don't know, or we don't know the date for next year's application period because all of that is based on numbers. So once they figure out that, hey, we're going to need another pool of people to apply so we can get them ready to start, then they'll tell us in advance. Once we know that date, we'll put it on the website. Once it's on the website, you have 30 days to apply. And
Got
if
it.
you catch those 30 days, you have to wait an additional year. So we have 2 curriculums to apply for. We have the general construction, and then we have the concrete. That's typically what you'll see on the website. Even though we have other curriculums like we call those specialty curriculums like flooring, millwright, and then mill cabinet. If you want to, let's say, apply for the mill cabinet or cabinet making, you would have to contact the cabinet local, and all of that is posted on the website. And they go about a different way of getting people in. They'll tell you exactly how to put your name on their waiting list, and they kind of get you in here once you put your name on their waiting list. But
Right.
for our training center here, for the different curriculums, it's general construction and the concrete curriculum.
So one last question, and that's kind of like a timeline, is help me out here. If let's say I am a high school senior and this is the path I really want to take, and I want to be able to go right from graduating high school in May, and I want to be able to time it to where I'm going right. Maybe, I'm going to do a summer job, or maybe I want to go right in. What's the timing of that? When you just mentioned like a year process. So what would be your suggestion if this is a career path I know I want to go on? At what point in that path should they start thinking about actually applying?
You know, really, if we open up for applications in your senior year, you're still in high school, you don't have your diploma in your hand, you can always apply in your senior year, as long as you're 17 years old, bring all your documents in, let us know that, bring your high school transcripts, apply, and then once you get your high school diploma, bring us your high school diploma. It does take a process for you to actually get started because, again, once you pass our test, your name gets thrown into a pool of names, and you get picked it's just at random. It's like a lottery. So there is a little bit of waiting time, and hopefully by then you're out of high school. let's just say that we pick your name and you're not out of high school. All you have to do is let us know that you're still in high school, and then we'll wait for you to graduate high school, or we'll put you on the following class once you complete your high school. But
Gotcha.
yeah, as soon as you're 17 years old and a senior in high school, you should definitely, start applying if there's a period that we open up if you're still in high school, for sure.
Right. Now you just mentioned, 17 is the youngest. What happens if I've been out of high school for 2 or 3 years and I haven't found the right career path for me, and now I'm watching this video and I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm now 20, 21, 25 or whatever. Is there any kind of restrictions there if I'm a little bit older and I want to apply to try to get into the same path?
No, there's a minimum of 17, and you can be 60 years old and still apply for a training. There is no cap.
I
So
can do it.
we have a lot of we do have a lot of 20-some-year-olds that apply still. Some people go to college, get a degree, work in their field, and then they realize that, hey, this is not what I want to do. I'm not getting paid enough money, and then actually start our training here. So
Awesome.
anywhere from 18 to, as long as you're old and is able to walk, we'll accept your application.
Great. Well, Victor, it's been a pleasure. I think you answered a lot of questions, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.